What does pain mean to you? Your answer predicts your recovery. Lesson 2, the itch loop. In the previous lesson, we covered the fact that every sensation is influenced by the context in which it is experienced. Sight, hearing, taste, smell, touch. We also learned that context determines the meaning we give to all sensory experiences. In future lessons, we will review how pain is also influenced by the context in which it is experienced. But first, let's explain why we itch. An itch is meant to warn us that there is a potential threat on our skin, such as a bug, dry skin, or a chemical. It's the nervous system giving the message that something might be wrong here. And scratching the area is your body's instinctive way of checking and fixing it. If something is actually there, like a bug, scratching helps get rid of it. When you scratch, you create a mild, controlled pain signal. That pain signal temporarily overrides the itch signal in your nervous system, so it feels relieving. What about unexplained itches? Have you ever had an itch on your body when there was nothing there? An itch that you desperately needed to scratch when there was nothing on your skin? Have you ever had an itch that came and went without even scratching it? Why? An itch is always a prediction. Your brain's job is to predict things in order to protect you. Sometimes it turns the itch alarm on just in case, predicting a potential threat, even without a real threat. Very often the prediction is inaccurate. Then even normal signals feel like an itch. It's your brain signaling, it's better to be safe than sorry. An itch is always a prediction. Have you ever seen someone scratch their nose and suddenly your own nose feels itchy? That's something called contagious itch. Your brain sees it, predicts it, and creates the sensation. It's your brain thinking, if she has something on her nose, perhaps there's something on my nose too. I'll create an itch so it can be scratched. It's better to be safe than sorry. Can an itch be a false prediction? If a spot has been itchy before, your brain can remember and replay that sensation. Some, simply out of habit, regularly scratch a specific body part. To satisfy their habitual craving to scratch, the brain intentionally makes a false prediction to make the person experience an itch in that specific area that now simply must be scratched. Believe it or not, if the brain starts to associate relief from scratching with pleasure, it can begin to generate the itch itself, simply to recreate that rewarding sense of relief. Can itching be influenced by context? Imagine you're sitting on your couch watching TV and you feel an itch on your neck. Without much thought, you fulfill that desire and scratch yourself, and ta-da! Itch resolved. Now imagine you're in the woods and someone says, "Careful, there are bugs everywhere." Even when there are no bugs on your neck, you may feel something on your neck and suddenly the itch can be intense. What's more is that even after you scratch it, the itch may not resolve or may simply move to another location in your body. When it comes to an itch, context matters. And no matter what the cause and in what context, an itch is always real. Most often, scratching an itch just feels good. And that's it. The relief is experienced, the brain is satisfied, and it moves on. Nothing else happens. But sometimes, depending on context or a skin condition, you can get caught in what we call the itch loop. What happens when an itch isn't fully relieved by scratching? Your instinct is simple: scratch more or scratch harder. That might give brief relief, but scratching harder can also irritate the skin even more, triggering even more itch signals. And now you're stuck in the itch loop, where you have an itch, therefore you reflexively scratch it. And that can give temporary or partial relief, but that can sometimes lead to more itching. So you scratch it harder, and then you're stuck in the no relief loop, where you get more itching and you scratch it harder, and that's the itch loop. A cycle where the very thing meant to relieve the itch starts to perpetuate it. You may be thinking, what does this all have to do with pain? The same pattern can happen in the nervous system with pain, referred to as the pain loop. This is the end of lesson 2, the itch loop. I look forward to speaking with you in lesson 3, the pain loop.